there's all these things you can sacrifice and cut out. You have to have the
Yeah.
passion, and that'll do it for you.
Yeah, that's true. Purpose first. Go first before the big thing. Welcome to Adulting with Joyce Pring, the how to's of your 20s told by 20 something, traversing through life expectantly and with gusto. We actually asked our listeners here on Adulting with Joyce Pring to send out questions that they'd like to ask you. And they really sent out amazing questions like this one from Bianca Tan, who wanted to know because, you create songs, Jack, basically from what you're currently experiencing and the things that you're learning. Bianca asks, do you follow a formula when you write? Or how do you properly communicate your message through lyrics? Any advice on how to construct lyrics, melody, etc.?
That's a great question. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people struggle with the lyrics. Yeah,
Yeah.
they think, they've got their music, and then I can't. Oh, I've got like writer's block. I can't think what to say. I've got a blank page.
Mhm.
But nobody ever suffers from talker's block. Oh, you wake up in the morning and I I can't think of anything to say. I've got nothing to say. If you write like you talk, then you're never going to be lost for the lyrics.
Mm.
You thinking that?
Yeah. You know
No?
what? That's a really great advice because that's the way that I write. Do you think that every artist who wants to become an artist should leave their job, or do you think there's space for people to actually live both lives of being an artist and still working that 9 to 5 job?
Yeah, well, I mean, 9 to 5 is 8 hours, and if you sleep 8 hours, that still leaves 8 hours. So you have a lot of time every day. Even if you only did half that, if you did 4 hours of doing whatever you want to do, if that's just playing the
Mm.
guitar, after a year, you'd be pretty damn good. You don't need to quit everything and just sell everything and go around the world. I mean, yeah, you have to do the foundation. If you don't build the house on proper foundations, it's just going to fall down. You've got to get the skills. You've got to have the ability, and the way to do that is practice, 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 practice.
I also like what you said that you did it gradually, because a lot of people think that changes in their lives can only happen if they do this one big action or one big change of leaving my job, packing up my bags, traveling and leaving the country. But you can actually live a life that's so authentic and so passion filled by really taking your time and taking it just 4 hours per day. It doesn't have to be the whole day that you're going to dedicate to your passion, to your music, to your art, to your craft, whatever it is that you're trying to pursue. It could just be 2 hours. It could be 4 hours. And like Jack, you could actually build up towards the life that you want until the time that it's actually possible for you to pursue it fully and pursue it wholeheartedly.
It's sacrifice, you have to say, because you have to say, ask yourself honestly, do I have enough passion? Am I willing not to message my friends, maybe minute, am I willing to lose friends perhaps and not message them every 15 minutes? Am I willing to not watch an hour and a half movie? you know am I
Mm.
willing? There's all these things you can sacrifice and cut out. You have to have the
Yeah.
passion, and that'll do it for you.
Yeah, that's true. Purpose first. Go first before the big thing. The what and the how comes after the why, right? I think is
Yeah.
the most important thing that we have to remember. I was reading a book recently and it talked about how in our brain there's actually a neuron that basically is the neuron that takes care of compassion. So that thing in your brain is the reason why when you see something or someone being hurt on screen, you feel like squeamish because your
Mm.
brain is wired to be compassionate and your body is wired to be in tribe. We're tribal beings that need other people enabled to survive. That's also the reason why we want to be liked, because through the years that we've evolved and grown into the human beings, modern human beings that we are today, we actually have always needed for other tribe members to like us in order to survive. So I just wanted to mention that because I also believe in the service for others. I also think that you have to focus on doing something good and serving others, and everything else is a byproduct of that. In the Philippines, influencers are a big thing because we are, I think, the number two most in the most number of users of social media in the world, and we're a
Wow.
tiny archipelago
Woo.
in Southeast Asia. But I always get the question that how can you become an influencer? And I hate that question, not
Mm-hmm.
because I'm arrogant or anything like that, but because I think they're looking at influence as a different thing, as if it's something that you can use to gain money from or fame from, like you mentioned. But influence is a byproduct of you doing something that you're passionate about, something that you want to do in the service of others, and something that you will keep on doing because you have this idea of a better world, not just for yourself, but also for the people around you. And I think when you have that kind of vision and perception in life, you live life in a selfless way that actually fulfills you and gives you contentment that no other way of living could give you.